Hi, and welcome to the Be Fluent IELTS YouTube channel. Today we're going to give you sample answers for part 3 questions.
So if you remember, part 3 is continuing from part 2, but the questions are more in-depth. They're usually very general things that you're thinking about your country or the whole world.
Yeah, this is a really good time to kind of think about a deeper answer to give details and examples.
Are you ready to try one out?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so let's talk about shopping at markets. Do people in your country enjoy going to open air markets that sell things like food or clothes or old objects?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I would say people enjoy going to all kinds of open air markets, especially when the weather gets warm. In New York City, there are antique open air markets. There's like farmers markets. There are street markets.
Which type of market is more popular?
Well, I think farmers markets are pretty popular because you can buy food, and everybody likes to get food. Whereas like antique markets, I think that's something people do like once a month or once every few months because the things that you need to buy there or the things that you can buy there are fairly expensive.
Do you think markets are more suitable places for selling certain types of things?
Yeah, I mean, I think things that can't really be returned. So, for example, clothing or food, I think are more suitable for open air markets. Things like technology, I probably wouldn't buy at an open air market because if it breaks or if something's not working, I won't be able to go back and return it.
Do you think young people feel the same about shopping at markets as older people?
I think that older people probably enjoy going to markets because they can talk to lots of different people, and generally older people are uh, lonelier and they have more time. I think that when like older people go to market, they might spend about an hour there, but younger people, I think they go to the market, they buy what they need. They don't have as much time and they're not as interested, I think, in talking to people.
Uh, Now let's talk about shopping in general. What do you think are the advantages of buying things from shops rather than markets?
Well, I would say that there are several advantages. I would say that, first of all, the advantage is that you can return something. Generally, at an open air market, I think it's understood that you buy something and then you can't really return it. The market might not be there, um, in the same place. So I think that's one advantage. I think another advantage is that probably buying it at a store, there's like a wider selection. So maybe if you buy, pants, there might be more sizes, more colors.
How does advertising influence what people choose to buy?
That's a good question. I think it influences people a lot. I think a lot of advertisements often make things look more beautiful or better. Like for example, food often looks a lot better in advertisements than in reality. So people want to buy it. And also, I think that advertising companies often hire celebrities, like famous people, to be in the advertisements. And I think that really influences people because people want to be like those celebrities. And so they will buy whatever item that the celebrity is advertising.
Does advertising work on everybody?
Well, I mean, I think the people who are, watching TV, I think it influences them because usually they're sitting in front of the TV and the advertisements come up. And even if you're not actually watching the TV, you might hear what the ad is selling. So I think people that don't watch TV or that don't have social media, probably a lot of older people, might not be as influenced as people who do um, watch TV or use social media.
Do you think that any recent changes in the way people live have affected general shopping habits?
I think that internet shopping has definitely changed the way that people shop and their habits. I think that now you can just go on your phone, you can buy food from an online supermarket, you can buy clothing. So all of that has definitely saved time for people. And I think that people have more time, I guess, to stay home and be on their phones, or I mean, do something else, right? They can be on the train going somewhere and kind of kill two birds with one stone um, by shopping or doing what they need to do and going somewhere.
Thank you. This is the end of the speaking test.
Thank you.
All right, so how did you feel about that one?
That was a lot of questions.
It is, yeah,
uh,
it is a lot of questions, for sure.
I think the main thing is making sure to remember what the question was. So like the last question that you asked me, I was like, wait a minute, what was the question?
Yeah.
But on the IELTS, you can ask, sorry, could you repeat that?
Sure. Yeah, some of the questions are really long. And so as you're focusing, it is possible to kind of forget what happened. And so, yeah, you can definitely ask questions in part three. And so you can ask them to say it again, and it's no problem if you do that.
Yeah, I should have asked it again. Yeah, and also I think when I was answering, I was trying to think about making sure to answer the question in an organized way, to have like a
Mhm.
detail and an example.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a problem I have with this one, that sometimes I kind of ramble a bit because I'm not thinking about trying to organize it in a logical way.
yeah, but it's like a fun topic. I think everyone
Mhm.
knows about advertising. I think everyone knows about shopping. Um, maybe like outdoor markets might be confusing to
Mhm.
to some people, but for the most part, I think everyone has had that kind of experience.
Sure. Yeah, I think with this one, the term market could be confusing because it it depends on how you think about that word. Yeah, is it kind of a traditional open air market,
Mm,
or even we could think about a supermarket being a market as well. And
yeah.
so so it could be one to maybe ask for more information if you're confused.
Yeah, and also like the questions about advertising. I think I've worked with students and they're like, I never really thought about that.
Mhm.
And then suddenly you have to kind of think about it. So these are kind of everyday things that if you're watching TV, a lot of people don't have TVs, but um, there is advertising on Facebook, on social media, on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody has some experience with it, even if you've never analyzed it before.
Exactly. Well, that was our sample answer for part three, talking about markets and shopping. Um, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more episodes.
Bye.
Bye.